This is my review of the Monkees album Headquarters. It was released in 1967 and produced by Chip Douglas. So this was the first Monkees album I ever heard. I still can remember the day pretty clearly, really. I was just kind of doing dishes and I'm like, I want to listen to something new. I've been thinking about listening to the Monkees for a while, or kind of checking them out for a while, so I looked up which was their first album that they had control of their own music on, and it's this album, so I put this on. And I ended up liking it enough that I went and got the box set of all their original, run of albums, and from then on I was pretty much a fan. So this vinyl copy I got off eBay and a lot with some other Monkees albums. This in pretty bad shape, like the cover. The record plays really good, but I need to get a new one for like a better cover. But yeah, anyway, I liked this album a lot. This is when they first got control of their own music. After the first two ones where they had no control, they played pretty much everything on here. I know that Chip Douglas, the producer, plays a lot of the bass on here because Peter Tork was playing like keyboards and guitar and stuff. So they don't play everything on here, but they play pretty much everything on here. And so this is like really one of the only times they were kind of like their own self-contained band on an album, because like right after this they start splitting up and kind of doing things individually, and I think really only the Just Us album from the 90s is like really the only other one where they really kind of work as a band, so it's really cool for that. I think like kind of really significant for that. So the album opens with You Told Me, a Michael Nesmith song. I think it's a really strong opening track. It's got some really cool banjo on it from Peter. Really, I mean, I think all the instrumental stuff sounds really good on this album, considering that they had just started like playing together. Especially with like Mickey just learning how to play drums. I think he does a really good job on this album, even though like he's really new to it. Really, I mean, because like he's so new to it, it's kind of impressive some of the stuff he kind of manages to do on here. So yeah, really great opening track. The second track, I'll Spend My Life With You, Voice and Heart song sung by Mickey. It's a good song. I think Mickey gives a really great vocal. I think all the vocals sound really good on this album. Like I love the production of this album. I like it a lot more than the production of the first two albums. I don't know, this one just sounds great. And yeah, cool track, good vocal from Mickey. It's got some cool pedal steel on it, kind of like making like the pedal steel on this album is weird, and like the way that they play it, it's real like minimalistic and kind of like trippy what they do with it, so I like that. The third track, Forget That Girl, this was written by the producer Chip Douglas. It's credited to his like actual name, which I'm not going to try to pronounce because I'll butcher it. It's sung by Davey. I think he gives a really good vocal on it. It's a good song, it's catchy. Another one where I like Mickey's drums quite a bit. The fourth track, Band 6, is just kind of 41 like seconds of them messing around trying to kind of learn this little bit. So it's not like really a song, but it's not anything that like takes you out of it. The fifth track, You Just May Be the One, another Mike Nesmith song. This one has some really cool bass on it, which I think is actually Peter. This is probably my favorite song on the album. I just think it's really catchy. I love Mike's vocal. Just a great song. The sixth track, Shades of Grey, is by Barry Mann and Cynthia Weil. It's sung by Davey and Peter, and I think that it's probably like one of Peter's best vocal performances with the band, really. I think he kind of had the weakest voice, but he sounds really good here, especially singing with Davey. I think their voices work well together. Instrumentally, this track's really cool too. I think all of the piano and different things going on, which like really, I'm pretty sure Peter's playing like most of the piano on here, and he kind of gets a little bit of the short end like musically as far as what they do, since his voice wasn't as good as the others. He didn't get to sing as many songs, and he didn't really get as many of his songs on the album when he wrote and stuff. But I do think that he was the best like instrumentalist of the band, and I think that this album kind of shows that off because he's just all over playing cool keyboard parts and stuff. So he does really get to like kind of shine on this album, which is cool because he didn't get a lot of chances to do that musically with these guys, even though, like I said, I think he was obviously a very talented instrumentalist. Um, so yeah, Shades of Grey, a great song, kind of a minor highlight for me. Seventh track, I can't get her out of my or can't get her off my mind, as another Voice and Heart song sung by Davey. I like this one as well. I think it's got a good vocal from Davey. Another one where I like the piano. The eighth track, For Pete's Sake, by Joey Richards and Peter Tork. This one's sung by Mickey. I think it's probably my favorite of the songs that Peter wrote for the band. It's got a cool guitar part, catchy song. I like the kind of hippie lyrics. So this is another highlight for me. Ninth track, Mr. Webster, another Voice and Heart song sung by Mickey with Davey. This one, another highlight for me, really cool song. Cool piano, trippy pedal steel. I like the lyrics a lot. It kind of tells this funny little story. So yeah, that's one I like a lot. 10th track, Sunny Girlfriend, is by Nesmith. This one, another highlight, kind of a country sounding-ish, really energetic song. I think it's got a good vocal to it, and it's pretty catchy track, so I like that one quite a bit. 11th track, Zilch, is kind of this weird thing. It's not really a song. They're like, one of them starts out saying one line, and then another one starts saying another line, and then they kind of just all come in saying different things, and then they kind of like fall apart and start laughing at it. It's weird, but it's really funny. I remember the first time I was listening to it, I'm just like, what's this? Like, I thought I'd gone into some kind of bonus tracks or something. Really caught me off guard the first time I listened to the album, but now like, it's not, I don't know, it's not something that I ever mind when it's on. So it's not really like something that takes the album down for me. It's just kind of a funny thing that's on there. The 12th track, No Time, this is kind of a jam, I guess, that they just all kind of wrote in the studio, but they credit it to the album engineer as a thank you. I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm not going to try. This is a good song for being something they just made up on the spot. I think it's a really energetic performance, vocally and instrumentally. And it's a catchy song, and really one of the more like rocking songs on the album, so it's pretty cool. 13th track, Early Morning Blues and Greens, was by Diane Hildebrand and Jack Keller. It's sung by Davey. It's got some cool keyboard parts. I like Davey's vocal on it. I like it. It's a good song. Not really like a highlight for me, but I do enjoy it. And then the 14th and final track. I don't really know how to pronounce the name of this right. I know it's like, I don't know, like British slang for Liverpool, I think, or something. But Randy Scousegit. I probably said the one word completely wrong, but anyway, song by Mickey. I think it was the first song he ever wrote, which is, I think, pretty impressive, really. This song for me is a major highlight. It's a really catchy song, really cool lyrics, really cool instrumental stuff going on. Mickey gives a great vocal, so yeah, for being his first song, it's, I think, pretty impressive, and definitely a major highlight of the album. Great way to end it. Monkees Headquarters, for me, is one of their best albums. I think that, you know, them finally getting control of their music really lets them like show their creativity here. And I think the production's really good from Chip Douglas. I think it sounds really good for being the first thing that they all played on, and being like the first time Mickey got to play drums and stuff like that. So I think it's impressive, like, how good they made this sound, given all that. I would probably recommend this be the first place that people start with the Monkees, really, because it's probably like the most Monkees album, because they finally had control here and they were actually playing as a group. And that didn't really last too much beyond this album. They like started to kind of splinter and almost like go in as solo artists on the next albums. So like, in a way, this is the only, like, I don't know, time, or one of the only times they were acting kind of like a real band. So that in itself makes it cool, but yeah, it's just a really strong collection of songs. Not really a bad song on here. There's two things that aren't really songs, but they're both pretty short and not that distracting. So really great album, and yeah, I would start here if you're trying to get into the Monkees.